I'm Tanya Nixon with Robert Nixon Personal Real Estate Corporation, and today's video is actually a continuation of our interview with Anna, a realtor that we met in Greece. Hope you enjoy.
So like you described, what kind of rent amount per month would you get out of that?
Around 700
700 euros.
euros, yeah.
So 12, what is that Canadian? 1300 or something Canadian? That's actually not, that's not bad. In Canada, it would probably be like 1700 to 2000 Canadian. It's expensive where we are. But then cost of everything else is more too, right? What's the government like here for tenancy rules? Are they pro-tenant or are they pro-landlord? Do they have really tight restrictions?
They have, we have rules fair for both sides.
Yeah, okay.
So the landlord is safe and the tenant is also safe, and
Yeah.
the contract that we have with them is not that strict that they cannot allow them to rent.
Okay, okay. What if they won't pay rent or something? Is it easy to get them out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right now,
that's good.
yes.
That's right.
Yeah, we have very good laws.
And if they
right
damage
now.
the property, you can go after them for damages
They
and
have
stuff?
to pay, yeah.
They have to pay, yeah. That's good. So some places like Canada where we are, it's really pro-tenant. So
We
it's
had
really
that
hard to get them out.
problem many years ago, but now we have very fair
And they've
rules.
changed the rules.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. Because you got to go run your business properly, right? Be able to have tenants that are decent for your business. So what about like short-term, like Airbnb type rentals? What kind of cash flow do you get for those? Can you make more money off them? Is there more demand?
Because of Airbnbs, we can have better returns in our properties in general, but the return of investment for the landlords is the same.
Okay.
Anyway, they're gonna use a management company. Nowadays, we need a different kind of management, so they have expenses and they have the same return with the long-term investment.
About the same 3 to 6%, but more money comes in, but more money goes out to maintain it and manage it and have furniture in it and.
So,
cleaning
in
and
my
all that.
opinion, they have to. They don't have to choose a way. They have to see the situation in that moment, which is the possibility, which is the location of the property.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And they need a suggestion from an agent or a property manager.
What makes the most sense? That makes sense. What about like bigger buildings, like I don't know, multi-family building? Can you buy like a 10 unit or a 20 unit or a 30 unit?
Yes, of course.
For long term or short term?
Yeah, you can buy or you can lease, and you can work them as Airbnbs. That can be more worthy.
Would you get better return if you had a whole building?
Yes, because the management fee will be lower.
Yeah.
They need less people to hire if it's a building, you know.
They can run the whole building.
Yes, and they can manage it there. They feel safer with the law if things are going to change, because we expect that for separate apartments we're going to have some changes.
Mm-hmm. So if you own the whole building, you have more control on what you do
Yes.
with it. The government isn't as much a part of it, or the person that owns the building.
Yeah.
Which would be strata where we're from. But what kind of, did you ask what kind of cash flow? What kind of rents? We'll just sort of talk about that. Is there any short-term rental restrictions for here? Like obviously there's lots of short-term rental Airbnb type listings. We're staying in one.
Yes,
stayed in a couple.
we have the 90 days.
90 days is the minimum that you're supposed to have?
Yes.
Okay, but people just do it short-term anyways?
Sorry, it's not the minimum. The
sorry.
maximum days that you can rent a house.
Oh, okay. For short-term.
Yeah.
So do you have to like designate it as short-term? Like with I wonder.
Oh my God.
That's okay, so cut that out. So for short-term rentals, maximum is 90 days.
Yes.
Okay, but you're allowed to do short-term rentals here with the government?
Yeah.
It's legal, there's no restrictions on it?
It is illegal with restrictions, yeah. With fees, with...
So who do you pay the fees to?
It depends. We negotiate. Sometimes the owner, the landlord, sometimes the management company, or they share each part of
Okay,
them
but nothing to do
sides.
with the government or anything. Like the government just lets you do it. There's nothing. They're not a part of it. Like no business license or anything.
Yes, they have a different license. For
Oh, they do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you need to be licensed through the city of Athens.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Which we need that too now, but they're cracking down on ours big time, which is sad for some people that are running businesses. But what are the lending rules for out-of-country investors for financing? So if I came and I said I want to buy a condo for 250,000 euros and I want to put 20% down, can I get a loan from the bank here?
Not right now. Not for third countries. Not for countries out of Europe.
Okay.
They can only get a loan with cash collateral.
Right. How much do you need?
So they need the same amount. So
So
probably
50%.
you will ask why I have to do that. No, the same amount. If you want to invest a loan of 1 million in investment, you must bring as a cash collateral 1 million. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So if you bring $1 million, you can get $1 million and buy $2 million property. Okay, so that's like putting 50% down, basically, right?
No, I'm sorry. I said it was wrong.
No.
You have to give the 1 million through the bank, and they will give you 1 million which you can use.
Oh, I see. So you can't actually borrow money. You have to just put money in.
In a way, it can be good because the bank will pay you for the amount that you bring here, and with the amount that they gives you, of course, you have to pay the bank, but you can have a good.
So you can't borrow any more.
Big investment, and after a while, they can invest on you.
Once they trust you.
Yeah.
So, but when you first come in, you have to put the money in, and you can only use what you brought in.
Yes.
Basically. Okay. That makes sense.
But in general, you have to keep in mind that we are not a country that gives loans
to foreigners.
Yeah.
Which is tough. A lot of countries are like that. Does Canada do it? I don't know. Yeah, the U.S. will. So we talked about this a little bit already. What's the cost of property management? So you said for short-term rentals or Airbnb type rentals, it's about 30%?
Yeah.
What about for long-term rentals?
10%.
10%, okay, which is common for us as well. And that covers everything, basically?
Yes.
Yeah, and like bookkeeping and everything to report back to them what's going on with the property. Or is it easier? Sorry, first of all, do you guys do property management in your office? You do both?
We do both.
Yeah.
Right now we are not running separate apartments on Airbnb, but we do long-term, and buildings.
And is it hard to find property managers? Like, do you have lots of availability if someone wanted you to manage?
We have many companies right now that they are doing property management, and they are very professional and good in that.
Yeah, that's good. Especially yours, right?
Yeah.
So yes, you have availability if someone wanted to buy a property and have you manage it. So here's a question. Let's talk about like another company, maybe not yours, but like in Canada, we find if we have a property manager, you kind of have to manage them as well to make sure they're doing, the proper inspections and making sure everything's functioning properly. Do you need to do that here? Do you need to manage the managers to make sure they're doing their job?
No, we don't need to do that, and we don't do that.
No, okay, that's good.
We don't know it yet. Probably it will be useful later, maybe. Till now,
only if you're having issues. If they're doing the job,
till now we don't have any issues. We don't have a reason to ask.
So we already talked about this a bit as well, but what can you tell me about out-of-country investment? And then I heard if you invest a certain amount, you can get residency or a visa. Do you want to talk about that a little more? Or?
Yes, with the investment of 250,000 euros, they can buy a property in almost all Greece, in areas like Piraeus, as I told you before, 2 or 1 bedroom. They can rent the property, or they can have a return on that. They can keep the property for themselves if they want to study here or they want to make a company here. They can have a residence permit for the whole family, father, mother, and the kids.
Okay.
If they are till 21.
So they don't have to rent it out if they invest the money. They can still just live in it.
Yes.
And people come visit.
Yes.
Yeah.
What we want is a 250 that they are bringing as a first step.
Yeah, yeah.
And in areas like center of Athens and some sides of Athens and some islands, or center of Thessaloniki.
Where's that?
We have it for 500,000.
Oh, it's more money in certain places. So high rollers in Athens. Down, so you say central, that's like...
It's a new rule.
Sorry. That's where we are, or sort of like that?
Yeah, where we are.
And stuff?
Yeah.
So the touristy places where there's more demand, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
This one is so he's already said you know a little bit about this, which was good. Is Greece a popular destination for medical tourism?
Yes, it has become a popular destination for medical tourism.
If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe, and keep an eye out for our playlist where we'll be adding new content regularly.